going on, YouTube? It's your boy Humble Warrior coming back in with another video. Wanted to do a little quick video on my thoughts about OTA so far and the video footage that they've shown. So I was going through the short videos on YouTube, and of course on my recommendation they popped up a video about Tua and Waddle and what they expect from them this upcoming season. They showed the play against Green Bay where he was under pressure. He threw the ball to a spot where Waddle could avoid getting hit. He turned up the sidelines and he kept going for 84 yards and scored a touchdown. Then they showed the OTAs where he threw him basically a go route pass and he caught over his shoulders. For some reason, the hate that comes with this kid is unbelievable. I guess it's because he's a modest person. He don't really say a lot. He doesn't boast to brag. I mean, the only thing he actually said was, looks like a touchdown pass to me. I mean, and that was before this previous season happened. They was in OTAs and training camps, and he mentioned, you know, the Tyreek Hill pass was like a touchdown pass to him. And then he went on the regular season and was throwing Tyreek touchdown passes. If you really look at his highlights, Tyreek had at least 2 or 3 40-yard touchdown passes by Tua. He did have 2 in the same game against the Ravens. He had one against the 49ers. Then he had another one, I think it was against the Packers. Yeah, against the Packers. He had another one. So he had 4 40-yard touchdown bombs from Tua to him. I guess a lot of people really don't believe in what he can do. He's actually proven a lot of people wrong. The only problem he has is staying healthy, and I think he's coming to understand that. I say that in a lot of my videos, but I really truly believe that Tua understands in order to stay healthy, you have to get rid of the ball. I mean, he's big on trying to improvise. He's not as athletic as most quarterbacks, but that doesn't mean that he doesn't get the job done. Now, I hate when people sit there and say, oh, well, he's not Burrow or Herbert or Mahomes. He doesn't have to be. He's one of the most accurate quarterbacks in the league, and that's the deep ball, the medium, over the middle, and all that stuff. He did love over the middle, but when teams allow him to throw it deep, he connected. He didn't miss very much on deep balls. I mean, when you compare to his rookie year when they gave him nobody to throw too deep, you give him Tyreek Hill, you give him Jalen Waddle, look what he does with them. And they had to open up the offense more his third year so he could start throwing the ball down the field, because even when Waddle was a rookie, they didn't call for deep shots at all. That one play against the Ravens when he threw that ball, I think it was like 40 yards, it was like a busted play, but if you watch the play, he ran a corner route and Tua threw it the way he can go get it and not be hurt or not be, you know, not receive a big hit. Outside of that, they didn't call very many big plays, not splash plays anyway. This previous season, they did. Now, this upcoming year, because it's going to be year 2 in the offense, Mike McDaniel should open up the playbook more. He should be more creative, calling more and more design-type plays to where Tua can show exactly what he can do, make his offense, you know, light up the scoreboard, even put fear in every defense they go against. I think that's going to be the case this year, as long as people stay healthy. That's the biggest thing. Even the O-line with Tom Armstead and Robert Hunt and those boys, they got to stay healthy. Easier said than done. But to be fair, the biased take on Tua is getting out of hand. It seems like he's more and more the punchline in the league. I don't know why. So every time people come up with this topic about him, he doesn't throw the ball like this. He can't throw deep. He can't read defenses. All these lies they put out there to entertain people, and people feed off of. They really believe he can't read defense. They truly believe that he cannot extend plays, or he has no pocket presence, or he can't escape the pocket to make plays happen. He can. He's done it before. From his rookie year on to now, he's done it before. The only problem he has is staying on the field, staying healthy, and it gradually happens. Like probably by the time he gets like week 10, maybe week 11, you'll start seeing the wear and tear happen. Like the concussions happen from week 3 on. Week 3, he got a concussion. Then the very next week against Cincinnati, instead of them letting him sit out, he played, he hit the ground again, and he was gone. So technically, in that game, he should have sat down for that game, and I think the Dolphins still would have been competitive. But they let him go out there and play, and then he smashed the back of his head, and ta-da, he was gone for the Vikings game and the Jets game. So he missed 2 games in a row. They lost those 2 games, and he came back for the... Because he came back for the Pittsburgh game, and he looked okay. Then the Cleveland Brown game, he lit them up, and then he played Detroit, Chicago, and Houston, lit them up as well. So he's more than capable of putting up points and putting up yards. It's just people have to understand the NFL is a marathon, it's not a sprint. So even the Tua come out the gate week 1 putting up, realistically, I think he could put up 300 plus yards against that Chargers defense. Will he do it? I can't say for sure, but do I see him doing it? Absolutely. If you give that kid the time that he needs in the pocket, which he had the 34th worst time to throw in the pocket. He had less than 2.5 seconds to throw the ball. That means that he had little to no time to go to his third read. First, second, let the ball go. First, second, let the ball go. Sometimes first, let the ball go. If the first read was open, he let it go. If the second read was open, he got the second read. He couldn't get the third read. With 2.5 seconds, that's not going to happen. So I don't know where people get this fantasy from that, oh, he doesn't get to. Oh, well. Let's continue. He doesn't get to basically showcase that he can make reads. But I've seen him do it. I've seen him get to his third read. I've seen him once in the game get to his 4th read with good protection. And I think that was a Cleveland Browns game. That protection they provided, he got to his 3rd and 4th read, and he was able to hit him. But other than that, it's subpar that he gets protection. And the running game, they completely abandoned last year, which Mike McDaniel said it was his fault. Absolutely was. If you watched the Buffalo Bills game in Buffalo, they would run the ball terrific, and then they stopped running the ball. Don't get me wrong, Tua did get them up by 9. They was up in position to win that game. But when you got a 9-point lead, you run the ball. 3rd and 1, you don't need to pass. You need to run. Get that first down. Keep that clock moving. Keep those possessions more and more. Keep moving that ball. Because eventually, I'm pretty sure they got a field goal. They were by 12, and the game would be over. That was in the 4th quarter when they made that comeback. Because the Dolphins abandoned the run. I don't understand how you up 9 and you stop running. That's when you run. That's when you run the ball. Now you may mix in a pass play on 2nd down or whatever to keep the defense honest, but other than that, you run the ball. However, like I said, I think he deserves more respect. Does he need to prove he can play a full season? Yes. Will he actually be able to do it? Yes. I think he understands now the importance of being on that field. Like Tyreek Hill said, and I don't think it was a slight to a tool, but it was the truth. The best ability is availability. He has to stay healthy this year because they give him that. They signed his extension. They gave him a $25 million guaranteed no matter what happens to him next year. But it would be nice to see him go out on top, or it would be nice to see them make a deep playoff run, even if that run is like to the AFC Championship game. Hell, they get to the Super Bowl and he actually win it this year. That is a slam dunk right there. If Tua win the Super Bowl this season, I'm literally going to try to get me an authentic jersey with his name like signed on that mug or something if he happens to win the Super Bowl. And a lot of people, if he wins the Super Bowl and he's the reason for that win, or he's the driving force in that game to win that game, they have to respect. They have no choice but to say he has reached the elite level status. He is now one of the top 10 quarterbacks in the league. Hell, top 5. You will have to remove Justin Herbert from that group because Tua did what he did to win the Super Bowl, and you're the catalyst behind that, because that team literally lives and dies off his performance. Look at the record last year, 9-8. And the playoffs, they would have beat the Bills had they had Tua. Listen to that sentence. Had they had Tua, they beat the Bills. They move on to play, I think it was the Chiefs that the Bills lost to. No, they lost. No, they lost to the Bengals. They would have played the Bengals in Cincinnati. Are they capable of beating the Bengals? Absolutely. But the Bengals came to Buffalo and did a demolition job on them. Beat them to sleep in the playoffs. But that goes without being said, guys. Like I said, he needs more respect given to him because I feel like he's earned it. Will he do more this season? Absolutely. So it's gonna be interesting to see how the first few weeks of the season goes, and then where his numbers are, and then as the season progresses, how he handles that. You know, his health, his health and his performance, how they waver, and where his numbers are. But that's my take, guys. Let me know what you think. I actually picked up my son now, and I go back to work. But that's enough of me, guys. Peace.